It all started with a dare. Joni and George were dared to hold hands on Carrie Schramm's couch, 7th grade year. It was awkward, we all watched it happen, but that dare was important. When one night we went to Craig Browning's house to watch a scary movie, George made the big move and reached for Joni's hand and held her hand. And you know what? Nothing says blossoming romance quite like watching a scary movie in your parents' basement.
I was trying to think of this special moment where George and Joni were introduced to me as a couple, and I couldn't really think of it. And I think that's because, Joni was always there as part of his life. My father used to always tell us, it's not about having what you want, it's about wanting what you have. And I know for George, he can tell you with certainty today that Joni is exactly who he wants to be with for the rest of his life. And the fact is that she's who he's always wanted to be with. And I think she can say the same thing.
I stand before you a very proud papa. So proud of our daughter and the responsible young lady she has become. Watching Joni grow up was so much fun. This young lady loved to dance. As a matter of fact, the moment she was born, she danced right into my heart and has been there ever since.
Somewhere in the mix of it, Joni and I had bought a friendship diary. In that diary, we were prompted to write about each other, and it had little things like, what's your favorite color? But in this diary, it asked me where I see Joni in 10 years. This is what I wrote in my diary of where I see Joni in 10 years. Well, I see her married to George Hind. Now, I'm not saying I'm psychic, but I'm saying it's wild. At such a young age, we all saw the connection between Joni and George. There was no one crazy moment of, and then she fell into his arms. It was like she was always in his arms.
Brenda and I love this guy. He has always shown me the utmost respect. He looked at me about 15 months ago and told me he loved my daughter. And that was all I needed to hear. He makes Joni so very happy. And what father doesn't want that? When your daughter falls in love with a young man like this young man, it does make it a lot easier to give her away.
Kiss your bride.
Just climbing this rope right here. And if there's a man upstairs, he kept bringing me rain.
I think it goes without saying after the toast that Joni is the woman of my dreams. I have always wanted to be in the place that I am right now. And I'd like to say, doesn't my wife look beautiful tonight? Joni, I love you with all my heart and always will. Would you like to join me on the dance floor for a dance?
Joni and George, it is obvious how wonderful you two are together. You are true partners in everything you do. You are always supporting one another, and sometimes you know each other better than you know yourself. Throughout your relationship, you have continued to show us all what the idea of meant to be looks like in its truest form. And Joni, I truly, truly cannot imagine a better or more caring man to marry my best friend. And George, thank you for loving her the way you do.
Waiting for this moment all my life. Now all my dreams are coming true, yeah. I've been waiting for this moment. It's good to be alive right about now. Good, 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 good to be alive right about now. Good, 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 good to be alive right about now. Hallelujah, let that bassline move, yeah, say yeah. It's good to be alive right about now. I almost cannot handle it. I could get used to this. I almost cannot handle it. I could get used to this. I think I finally found It's good to be alive right about now.